Welcome back to the 34th part in this Python series, and in this one we're going to talk a bit more about using that middleware that we created, that middleware that allowed us to sort of prevent users from seeing content that they haven't logged in to be able to see if it requires a login. And we're going to use that middleware to be able to restrict logged in users from seeing that reset password and allow non-logged in users to be able to reset their password, because that was the whole point of creating that entire section. So let's go ahead and log out of our account, and because we don't need to be logged in to be able to reset our password, so I'm probably going to put a button up here saying reset password, and instead of it being in the logged in screen. So to do that, I'm going to go to the base.html where the links are and just have a look. So it's the reset password link that we want to move, and it says if user is authenticated. So if you are a logged in user, you can see that link on the navigation bar. Otherwise, we're going to put these links on the right hand side of the navigation bar. So we need another section here, so it's going to be UL, and I'm going to give it a class. So this is a bootstrap class, just to make it on the left side of the navigation bar, so like above. And I'm going to say, sorry, that's not right, I just want a string here, and I want to say nav and navbar nav. So that's the bootstrap CSS that we're putting on this UL element. And now I want to simply move this link to that section of the navigation bar. Okay, so let's test that. That should appear now. So now we have reset password, and let's just log in. I've changed my password, hopefully I can still remember what I've set it to. No, okay, so it's the other one. Password, okay. So you can see it hasn't got the reset password button, which is great. So you might think we'd be finished at this point because it appears for non-logged in users, but if we click it, we just get redirected to the login page, because those pages are only accessible to logged in users by default, because that's what our middleware does. But we don't want that. We also want those pages to be accessible by non-logged in users. So what I'm going to do is go to the settings where we put the URLs definition for the login exempt URLs, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to include explicitly every single actual regular expression URL that is in the urls.py that I want excluded from the actual login section of the site. So all that's going to be is all of these reset password URLs. So it's going to be the reset password, so that's the first one, and it's going to be all the three others as well. So in fact these are regular expressions, so I'll copy the whole thing and like that. So if we do the next one, so now that I've done all that, I've finished copying all these regular expressions over to the settings file. So let's go ahead and test it again. So I'm going to log in here. In fact, I don't need to log in because we've just moved it. So I'll click on the reset password. So this is still redirecting to the login page, and the reason for that is I've just noticed we need to change the start of this, because we need to say account / because before we had that include somewhere else. So this regular expression is actually the regular expression of the entire URL, including which app it's corresponding to. So now if we refresh, and the development says refresh in the background, this now works. So I'm just going to double check by resetting my password again for one of the test accounts I created. So it says password reset sent. So these two URLs are at least showing up correctly, and now I'm just going to check the other two by checking my email. So I'll copy this link and I'll just paste that. So now we've just checked that one, so that works, and I'll just enter a password here. And it says password reset complete, now you can log in. So that means all the views are working, and now we should be able to log in using that new password. So it works now. What I do want to check is also that it doesn't work from a logged in user's perspective, because I mean, it's not a security risk anymore, but it doesn't really matter if they can access it. It's just a slight bug in the system if they can. So what happens now is that that middleware sort of takes over and it just redirects us to the home page, because they do not have access to view that content because they've already logged in.